Why is our desire infinite? When you think about it, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. I'll be right back. Hey Gracious Gang, it's Mike from thegraciousguest.org, and I just wanted to stop by here today for just a couple minutes and reflect on this question of why human desire is infinite. And it is. I mean, there's no question about it. Because when you think about it, you get hungry, you eat, you're going to get hungry again. You get tired, you sleep, you're going to sleep again. All of these desires that we have, all of these sort of needs that we have just day to day, really show our limits, right? They show that we're not a permanent, forever kind of creature. The greatest meal you've ever had in your life only sustained you for a little while until that next meal was needed. And this got me thinking recently, again, about just desire in general. Because, I mean, we desire all kinds of things. We have desires for food, we have desires for rest, there's sexual desires, there's desires for recognition, there's desires for all kinds of things going all the way up. Desire for what? Greatness, desire for companionship, desire for freedom. And I mean, that's what really is amazing when you think about this, is that human desire itself, the fact that we desire, is infinite. I don't want just some truth. I want all truth. I want to commune with infinite truth, right? I don't want some truth and some lie. Like, it's okay, you can be honest with me half the time, the other half, no big deal. No, it's like I want you to be honest with me all the time. You want me to be honest with you all the time. We don't just want, some goodness mixed with some bad. Like a little bit of genocide is okay. A little bit of, just destitution in the world. No, we want perfection. We want perfect bliss. We want perfect honesty, perfect truth. Guys, what's that based on? What in the world do you have to point to in your own day-to-day life that is even remotely like infinite perfection? What are you basing that on at all? I mean, every desire we have comes and goes, right? All these sort of natural, sort of bodily desires we have, they come and go. But there's this deeper desire in us that is truly infinite, truly infinite. And here's something I want to point to today, okay? Because this is getting something deep. And this is from C.S. Lewis. It's right on the back cover of this wonderful volume, by the way, that has a lot of his signature classics all together. I'll put a link for it in the show notes. If I find in myself desires which nothing in this world can satisfy, the only logical explanation is that I was made for another world. Let me say that again. This is specifically from Book 3, Chapter 10 on hope in mere Christianity. And the Christian says, creatures are not born with desires unless satisfaction for those desires exists. A baby feels hunger. Well, there is such a thing as food. A duckling wants to swim. Well, there is such a thing as water. Men feel sexual desire. Well, there is such a thing as sex. If I find in myself a desire which no experience in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that I was made for another world. I mean, listen to this. This is brilliant. If none of my earthly pleasures can satisfy it, that does not prove that the universe is a fraud. Probably earthly pleasures were never meant to satisfy it, but only to arouse it, to suggest the real thing. If that is so, I must take care, on one hand, never to despise or be unthankful for these earthly blessings, right? So, I mean, they're good in and of themselves. And on the other, never to mistake them for the something else of which they are only a kind or copy, or echo, or mirage. I must keep alive in myself the desire for my true country, which I shall not find till after death. I must never let it get snowed under or turned aside. I must make it the main object of life, to press on to that other country and to help others do the same. Psalm 19, verse 1 says, the heavens declare the glory of God. The firmament proclaims the work of his hands. The whole universe is crying out in exultation. Every single particle in this entire universe is pointing out that it isn't the explanation for itself. That the whole universe, including us, comes from someone else. We are all a gift given at every moment by our loving God. And he says, I'm going to end with this Isaiah chapter 43, verse 7. All who are called by my name, I created for my glory. I formed them. I made them. Every one of us is on purpose. Every one of us has at our core an infinite desire because we are designed by and for the infinite God who made us. Only He can fulfill that desire. Relationship with Him is the only possible way we can live a fully authentic human life. And every time we try to fill up that infinite desire with finite things, experiences, goodies, like pleasurable experiences, fame, that classic four categories that Thomas Aquinas talks about: wealth, pleasure, power, and honor, will never satisfy us. So, you have infinite desire. I do too. That is meant to be turned towards God, to draw closer to Him. He wants us to do that all the time. And in this season, above all, I pray that you are able to open that door from the inside a little bit, give Him a little more room than you've given Him before, and invite the Lord of the universe, the infinite desire fulfiller, who's also the giver of that desire, to do exactly what He wants to do in your life this Easter season. So God bless you guys. Take care. Please visit thegraciousguest.org for more. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscribe to my podcast. I've got some great stuff coming out pretty soon. So until next time, don't forget to wonder. God bless you.